Hi friends, welcome back to Inspo English. I am Xavier KS, your English teacher. Friends, today I am going to discuss a very important topic for the board exam students, and of course anyone can understand and use it in their speaking and writing, and that's about figure of speech, figures of speech. This word figure of speech that comes from a Latin word figura, which means something remarkable, something remarkable. Okay, figura, which means something remarkable. That means a figure of speech is a poetic or literary device to make a literary composition or speech aesthetically attractive and pleasing. Let me repeat. What's a figure of speech? A figure of speech is a literary or poetic device to make a composition or a speech aesthetically attractive or pleasing. Okay, it's a kind of roundabout way of saying something to make it aesthetically. It's a kind of roundabout way. That's why I said it comes from the Latin word figura, which means something remarkable. That means to make something appear remarkable, okay, attractive, pleasing. That's a figure of speech. Okay, actually there are generally speaking, there are four categories of figures of speech. They are resemblance, contrast, association, and construction. Okay, what are the four categories of figures of speech? Resemblance, contrast, association, and construction. Today I am just going to explain four of them. Four of them in the sense, four figures of speech. The first one is simile, second one metaphor, third one personification, and fourth one hyperbole. Okay, first let's come to simile. What's a simile? Simile is a comparison between two different objects. Okay, two different objects, that's important, to explain one point in common and say that these two different objects have something in common. I think it's simple, very simple to understand. Comparison between two different objects to explain one point in common. See the example. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose. My love is like a red, red rose. This sentence can be explained in two ways. One is just the literal meaning. That means my love for somebody is like a red, red rose. But actually here love means my sweetheart, my lady love. Okay, my sweetheart is like a red, red rose. That means the beauty of my sweetheart is the appearance of my sweetheart is compared to that of a red rose. And to add to the intensity of his love, the word is repeated. Okay, my love is like a red, red rose. So what are the two objects here? One is my sweetheart, one is a living person, okay, and the other one is rose. You know, a rose is the queen of flowers. Rose is really very beautiful to look at, okay, to see. So my sweetheart and the rose both are alike. They are beautiful, okay, alike. Okay, a comparison is made between them. Okay, two different objects and one point in common. What is that? Both are beautiful, very, very beautiful. Okay, then the face of the king shines like the moon. Okay, face of the queen shines like the moon. Face of the king shines like the moon. That means, what are the two objects? One, of course, here the king is the thing. King is the person, live person. The face of the king shines like the moon. So the comparison is between the face of the king and the moon. Both shines alike. So it's a kind of praise for the king. The face of the king shines like the moon. Two objects, different objects. Here it is a live person, the king, the face of the king, and the moon. Okay, they are compared. Both are very shiny. Okay, then second one, metaphor. Here in the figure of speech metaphor, two things are brought in as one and the same. That means there is no difference between the two. We say that there is no difference between the two. It is a comparison between two similar objects, saying one is the other. That means the utility, practical utility, or the practical use of both may be same, maybe the same. Okay, similar objects. And saying that one is the other, and we say that the one is the other. It's not, we don't use the term like the other, then it becomes simile. Okay, here we say one is the other. There is no difference between the two. That's what we are trying to establish. I think from the example it will be very clear, very effective example to explain the concept. The camel is the ship of the desert. The camel is the ship of the desert. Here, a comparison is made between the camel and the ship. The camel and the ship. You know, a camel is used for both traveling and transport in a desert. And desert can be compared to a sea, isn't it? A ship is used for transport and traveling in a sea, isn't it? That you know. So the camel in the desert and a ship in the sea, we say that there is no difference between the two. In fact, the desert is also very vast, like the sea, isn't it? So sea and the desert, they are alike, and we say that the camel in the desert and a ship in the sea, both are the same. The camel is the ship of the desert. Understand? So there is no difference between the camel and the ship. Okay, both are the same. One is used in the sea and the other one is used in the desert, but we say that both are the same. Camel is a ship. Okay, that's it. Then coming to the third one, personification. That means we try to make some abstract notions, ideas like persons. We try to present them in the place of persons. Okay, like human beings with flesh and blood. Lifeless objects and abstract notions are spoken of as having life and intelligence. Okay, people, human beings, we have life, we have intelligence, we can move. In the same way, abstract qualities like truth, loyalty or anything like that. They are also said to have the capacity, the ability to move like human beings, and they appear on the stage. These were some techniques, dramatic techniques used in earlier stages, okay, at the beginning of the development of the art of drama. Okay, personification. Lifeless objects and abstract notions are spoken of as having life and intelligence. I think from the example it will be very clear. Death lays his icy hands on kings. Death. We cannot show death, but when we see a dead person or a dead body, we can say that death is there. So death is an abstract idea, an abstract notion. But here in the example, we say that death lays his icy hands on kings. That's true, isn't it? Something that is certain in life, human life, is death. What is most uncertain is life, and what is most certain is death. No one can escape from death. So here death is personified. Death comes, okay, like a human being and lays his icy hands on kings. Not only on kings, on anybody. It lays its icy hands. Death is said to have icy hands, very cold hands. You know, after death, our body becomes very cold, okay, as cold as death. We have that expression in English. Okay, death lays his icy hands on kings. So death is personified and said to move like a human being, and comes and lays or puts his icy hand. See, his, it is used. That means again personified on kings. That means even kings, they cannot escape from the icy hands of death. So that is personification. I think I can give you one more example. Truth shall come out at any time. Then you see, truth is personified. Truth comes on its legs, both legs. Okay, live, like a live person. And we say truth shall come out at any time. We feel that truth is a human being, and he can or she can come as you imagine, whether it is male or female. Okay, truth shall come out at any time. We feel that truth comes out like a human being. Okay, then fourth and the last one in the list is hyperbole. What is hyperbole? Emphasizing a statement through overstatement. For overstatement, another word I think that we can use is exaggeration. Okay, exaggerate, overstatement or exaggeration. Emphasizing a statement. We say something we try to say something in a very effective way using some exaggeration. See the example. Here is the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. This is actually a quote from the famous Shakespearean tragedy Macbeth. Okay, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. Macbeth, under the influence of bad influence of mal influence of Lady Macbeth, murders King Duncan. That incident is over, but her conscience is pricked. She has lost her peace of mind, and she in that confused state of mind goes a little bit out of her mind. She goes mad, and she says, the days are over, a few days are over, and she says, here is the smell of blood still. Okay, there is no blood on her hands now, but still she says, here is the smell of blood still. All the perfumes, Arabian perfumes are said to be the best of the best quality in the world. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. She extends her hand and cries out, maybe out of her prick of conscience. Okay, she goes out of her senses and she says that the blood is still here on my hands, and all the perfumes, even if I wash my hands using all the perfumes of Arabia, it cannot sweeten, cannot free me from this guilty conscience. That's what she says. So it's a kind of exaggerated way of speaking. This is what is called hyperbole, the figure of speech, hyperbole, emphasizing a statement through over a statement. Okay. So these are the four figures of speech that I would like to explain today. I will continue this in another video, so you can wait for that. I am sure this will be very useful. Hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you very much, and we will meet again soon. Till then, goodbye.